Hi, it's Brian from Wilco. Today we're going to cook a ham on the Traeger, and we bought a hog at the Benton County Fair this year and had it prepared, and the ham is already smoked by the processor, so we're not going to take 4 or 5 hours to smoke the ham, but what we're going to do is we're going to add flavor to it and cook it for a couple of hours. What we're going to do to add flavor is we're going to make a wet rub to go on the outside, and then we'll put cloves of garlic on the inside, just under the meat. What we're going to use is some clover honey, garlic also on the outside, olive oil, some onion flakes, some cayenne pepper, and then some smoked paprika. And lastly, we're also going to use a couple of oranges to add to that moisture and a nice citrusy flavor with the honey on the outside of the ham. It's going to make a great glaze. We're going to use a roasting pan, aluminum roasting pan, and so we can catch all of the flavor, the juices, the grease, all of that comes off of the ham, so we can use that as a thin gravy. In the pan, we're going to use some onions that we picked from the garden, some Walla Wallas, and those will add flavor, but also spice up the gravy somewhat. Also, we're going to, at the same time, bake some sweet potatoes that we picked just yesterday from the garden. And the sweet potatoes came out really well. We're just going to wrap them in foil and bake them along with the ham, and then we'll get going. Heating our grill to 300 degrees while we put on this paste rub. We are going to use Traeger's temperature probe for the ham. Correct internal temperature that we want to get to is 145 degrees. So we'll insert it into the meaty portion of the ham so we can get into the center of the meat, and then we'll set the alarm for 145 degrees. Traeger's heating up now, and we set the internal probe for 145 degrees, and we're warming up the Traeger at 300 degrees. We'll raise it to 325 once it gets about a half hour into the cook. Sweet potatoes came out very tender. Took about an hour on the sweet potatoes, but they're nice and tender, and they're gonna be a great side dish with the ham. Here's our ham. We're just gonna cut one slice. Came out nice and juicy. Really nice orange and honey bark on the top, and it's gonna be great to eat. So 2.5 hours total, about a half hour prep time, and this smoked ham came out great.